Hello, how's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be jumping into Psalms chapter 120. Let me just double check this audio, make sure we are not lagging here. Well, let me get the text up on screen while that comes up. Okay. So let's check this audio real quick. All right, we're good. So today we're jumping into Psalms chapter 120, and these psalms that we're going to be covering today are called the Pilgrim songs, the songs of ascent. Right? I was just looking it up just before the stream, and it seems like these were the songs that they would sing on a pilgrimage. So that's honestly, again, we're jumping into psalms that are perfect for Thanksgiving. So let's get right into it, because you see we're covering a lot of psalms today. Yeah, I mean, they are short, but let's get started here. Psalms chapter 120. Well, before we jump into them, actually, let's just do this. Let's read this so we get an understanding of what are the songs of ascent. Because when we start off, let me just actually hit play on this, and you'll see the subheading. All right, I thought it was just gonna say a song of ascents, but here it says a song of ascents. All right. So what are the songs of ascent? The songs of ascent are special, or a special group. Well, let me get this audio up. Okay, we're good. The songs of ascent are a special group of psalms comprising of Psalms 120 to 134. They are called pilgrim songs. They are also called pilgrim songs. 4 of these songs are attributed to King David. So 121, 124, 131, and 133 are, and 1 to 127, which is 127, to Solomon, while the remaining 10 are anonymous. The city of Jerusalem is situated on a high hill. Jews traveling to Jerusalem for one of the 3 main annual Jewish festivals traditionally sang these songs on the ascent, or the uphill road to Jerusalem. According to some traditions, the Jewish priests also sang some of these songs of ascent as they walked up the steps to the temple in Jerusalem. Each of the psalms in this collection begins with the title "A Song of Ascents." Now we're seeing why that title is the meaning of that title is becoming more clear, right? While perhaps they were not originally composed for this purpose, these psalms were later grouped together for use in traveling toward Jerusalem for the yearly Jewish festival. The theme of each song of ascent offers much encouragement for those who seek to worship God today. And I'm sure it offered much encouragement to them back in the day then, because that was encouragement for them to worship God, to seek God, to worship that day. They had to climb the hill in order to get to Jerusalem to worship God. So let's jump into Psalms 120 now that we have that background knowledge of what these psalms we're going to be reading today are about. So let's jump into it. Coals of the broom tree. What's the broom tree? I guess just some type of tree that had broom-like branches. Wait, let me go back. So let's look at a commentary for this. Psalms 120 commentary. Spelled that completely wrong. Typing with one hand here. So Psalms 120 is the first of a series of 15 psalms with the title A Song of Ascents. The reason for this collection and arrangement is not precisely stated. Many different explanations have been given for these degrees or steps or ascents. Okay, so it's not just what that previous article I was looking at said. Okay, so the stairs of the temple songs, the step songs, the gradual songs, the progression songs, the procession from Babylon songs, the pilgrim festival songs. James Montgomery Boyce explained the first suggestion. The Talmud says that the 15 songs correspond to the 15 steps between these courtyards. Some have even supposed that the songs were sung by the Levites from these steps, though this is pure speculation. Probably the best explanation is the last one cited, that these were the songs of the people of God as they made their pilgrim journey to Jerusalem and the temple at the 3 appointed feasts, Passover, Pentecost, and Tabernacles. So that is going hand in hand with what we just read in the previous article. So let's talk about what we just read, right? Let me bring this back here. So I want to get into here, right? What shall be given to you, or what shall be done to you? You false tongue. Who is a false tongue? From a deceitful tongue. Who is this deceitful tongue? Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips. Is this just general? The psalmist describes the nature of his distress. Evil words spoken against him from lying lips and a deceitful tongue. So is this an unnamed person or people? There was some comfort in this cry, knowing that the evil that was spoken against the singer was not true. It was spoken with lying lips and with a deceitful tongue. The lies or soul needs deliverance from. The lies our soul needs deliverance from are not only the lies said about us, but also the lies said to us. Lies about God, lies about man, lies about ourself, lies about life, identity, purpose, and happiness. From these lies, deliver my soul, O Lord. So what shall be given to you, or what shall be done to you, you false tongue? Sharp arrows of the warrior with coals of the broom tree. The psalmist shifted from his prayer to God to speak to the false tongue of those who caused him distress. He warned those lying lips of their destiny, of what shall be done to you. In light of the judgment described in these verses, it is worth remembering that a false tongue is likened to a sharp razor, to a sharp sword, to sharp arrows. Sharp arrows of the warrior, the false tongue of the singer's enemies would soon know sharp arrows, that they had cast out lies like dangerous missiles, and now the sharp arrows of judgment would come against them. So they're using that, right? It's it's like tit for tat, but not that petty. Right? It's like you shot your sharp arrows at me, and now the sharp arrows of justice are going to pierce you. All right. So let's jump into Psalms 121. I think the reason why it says the sun shall not strike you by day nor the moon by night, meaning that God is in the context of him saying God is your keeper, the Lord is your shade at your right hand, right? So God is over always watching over you. He's always there to protect you. He who keeps you will not slumber, and he's not going to sleep. He's going to be there 24/7 looking out for you. And you see that sun in the sky, that's not going to fall on you during the day. You see that moon in the sky at night, that's not going to fall on you at night. God's going to protect you. God's holding them up there. So David wrote this one. Mm. This sounds something like a song of ascent, right? Something that you would something that could be I could hear this, walking into Jerusalem, getting ready to worship, right? I was glad when they said to me, "Let us go into the house of the Lord. Our feet have been standing within your gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together, where the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, to the testimony of Israel." Right? I feel like this is something that I can see being like a pilgrim song. I wonder if David sang this, or if people sang this and it was written by David. You know, like if these songs were widespread, multiple people sang them, and we know the writers of these songs, but they were meant for all these pilgrims to use, or maybe not even meant for all these pilgrims to use. These pilgrims use them, right? But yeah, this is right. It makes sense, right? Talking about going to pray, going to worship God, talking about Jerusalem being within the walls. Definitely does sound like a song of a pilgrim, marching on to Jerusalem. Mm. So they're waiting. Have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. If this is again connected to what is happening with Asaph and Ethan and Heman, if they're still in this state of longing for God, seeing God, this makes sense as well. But it also makes sense that this is being sung as they're walking to Jerusalem. They're coming ready to enter the holy city to pray and worship God at the temple, and they're saying, "Have mercy on us, O Lord, have mercy on us." You know, announcing their intentions, by saying, "We're gonna turn our eyes up to you, just like a servant to their masters." And calling on God. Yep. We are definitely seeing that. They've been talking about that. The wicked need to be punished. God, you've been judging them lightly. You know? What is going on here? Right? That's exactly what they've been saying. With the scorn of those who are at ease, who are living an easy life. I guess this could be seen as jealousy, or not, or not. Yeah, jealousy, or something like that. Like longing for what someone else has. They're living an easy life, and I want that. So they scorn them, or it could be taken to it can be understanding as the wicked were prospering, and so they have scorn for those who are at ease, aka the wicked, with the contempt of the proud. Another one written by David. Hmm. So that's sort of like a Thanksgiving song as well. A Thanksgiving song, and then giving God his due, glorifying him and praising him for the protection that he has provided. As I'm hearing these, I'm just imagining people singing them as they're walking up the stairs up the hill into Jerusalem. Mm. So we might be in the same situation that we've been in. Again, Asaph, Ethan, Heman, all that, because this is so prevalent to that situation, right? Do good, O Lord, to those who are good, and to those who are upright in their hearts. That's what they've been telling God. Please do this. Judge justly. We are giving you our hearts. Please have mercy upon us. Those wicked who are prospering, please judge them. Punish them. Do good, O Lord, to those who are good, and to those who are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them away. With the workers of iniquity, peace be upon Israel. But see how their outlook is incorrect. As for such as turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them away. Why should the Lord lead those people away who are turning to wicked ways? They're already being led away by the devil. They're already being led astray. What does God want? God wants to go to them and pull them back in. That's what Jesus did. And that's why Jesus was seen as a rebel. A rebel. That's why Jesus was seen as a rebel, right? That's why people had a lot of issues with him. Why is he, dining with the tax collector, having prostitutes follow him? It's not a good look, And a lot of people didn't understand it. Like, why are you surrounding yourselves with wicked people? We thought wicked people need to be judged and punished and destroyed, and you should be here for us. That's why we follow you, right? We follow you, not for you to go run after the people that hate on you, who are the wicked. No, doesn't make any sense. So their outlook didn't match what Jesus was doing. That's why there was like that, whoa. It took a lot for them to wake up and realize what's going on. I want to look this one up. Bring back our captivity, O Lord. What does that mean? Psalms 126. Can I just... When the Lord brought back the captivity of Zion, we were like those who dream. When the Lord brought back captivity of Zion, the psalmist sang of a time when God set his people free from their captivity. So the captivity are the people. When the Lord brought back the captivity of Zion, we were like those who dream. So the captivity are those who are captives. Is that what it's meaning? Most associate this with the return from exile under Ezra and Nehemiah, but it is also possible that it describes David's return from his brief exile from Jerusalem and Absalom's coup. As one of the songs of ascent, we imagine these words in the mouths of pilgrims on the way to or having arrived in Jerusalem. Perhaps they considered their seasons away from Jerusalem as a symbolic captivity, and they celebrated the larger return from exile and their current personal experience of such. Right? Or they, as they're walking on this journey, they're singing these songs. They've walked from place to place, coming back home multiple times. Even the Exodus, right? So it brings back like walking. It's like walking back to the temple, walking back to God. It's all part of that. You could, symbolic captivity, walking. It can be reminding them of real life events that they have done, making these long journeys, as well as this. Perhaps they consider their seasons away from Jerusalem as a symbolic captivity, and now they're coming back. We were like those who dream. With power and beauty, the poet described the sense of happy, grateful astonishment at the power and goodness of God and bringing back his people from the captivity of Zion. It seems too good, too great to be true, but it was true. Let's go to 127. I don't know what's going on. Usually they pop up right after. Solomon wrote this one. Okay. Mm. That's interesting. And we just use arrows as a metaphor for lies, and then now we're using them as a metaphor for children. Like arrows in the hands of a war in the hand of a warrior, so are children of one's youth. Mm. That sounds like a nice life. So did they? I mean, I guess it all depends on how it's because the song, it seemed like, yes, you may see your children's children upon Israel. It seems like the song is talking to someone. You know. I mean, I guess you put a tune to it, you can use that as a song. But I'm wondering if they like. I'm just thinking, did they sing it to one another? Yeah, they probably everybody's all singing the song together as they're walking. Being in a good mood, being happy as they're entering Jerusalem. I'm just trying to imagine like what it would be like, that scene. What would that look like with these songs? We were talking about that yesterday. The cords of the wicked. They wanted, right? People were in the those meditations that we were reading, right? One of them, they were crying out to God, saying that they were wrapped in cords of the wicked. They understood the commandments, they understood the law, they knew it was there, and they knew what was in it, but they were wrapped in these cords of the wicked, and they couldn't get out. So sometimes we're in these situations where like we're trapped in sin, and we know we have access to the Bible, we have access to God, we have access to church, we have access to people. We know what to do. It's just that those cords are around us, and we can't break free. So sometimes it's hard. We need that. We need God's strength. And yesterday we were talking about how we need to rely on God's word in order to break those cords. And then now here it says, He has cut in pieces the cords of the wicked. The Lord is righteous. Let all those who hate Zion be put to shame and turn back. So they doesn't want them to procreate. Just just let the wicked end. I mean, you can't blame them for having that mentality because um, that's what they've been doing, right? They've been going around, right, since the Exodus. They got to the promised land, even on the way to the promised land, right? That's what God had them do: kill all the pagans, right? He didn't want paganism to be an influence on the children of Israel at all. They ended up not killing all the pagans, and it was a huge influence on the children of Israel. But that's what they're talking about here: to destroy the line of paganism, right? Destroy all those people so that it can't spread. And also, it's coming from a place of like, come on, you know, we're your children and we're suffering, and look at them. Why are they doing well? They're your enemies. So it's like they're just waiting for them to be destroyed, you know. But what they need to do is turn inwards and say, how can we be better? And that's what the narrative shifted after Asaph, Ethan, and Heman. We had them complaining, asking God, what's going on? Why is this happening? And then they started talking about how we need to rely on God, rely on the Bible. That's where the meditations came from. We need to turn to God, that God has not forsaken us, that we just need to remember Him, pass this information down to future generations, continue to be loyal to Him, be faithful to Him, and He will be faithful to us. They changed their mindset. Mm. Yep. So they're still waiting on God. They're still waiting to hear from Him. Mm. Hope in the Lord. See, they're still waiting, but we know we know what's going to happen, right? They're going to fall into paganism, and they're going to come back, fall into paganism. They're gonna do that. The kings, they're just we're gonna have some good kings. We're gonna have some really bad kings. So, um, yeah, it's gonna be tough. That's exactly what they're doing. They're walking to the temple, to Jerusalem. Mm-hmm. I wonder why God went along with the idea of having a place to call home, to reside in, right? Why would God want to reside in Jerusalem? I mean, we know God is everywhere, right? So why does he need a place to? I mean, he doesn't need a place to reside in Jerusalem. He even said that, don't build me a temple. I don't need a temple. Did I have a temple when we were, coming from Egypt? No, I mean we had a tabernacle. We kept stopping along the way and everything. I don't need a permanent house. I'm God. So I wonder why he. I mean, it wasn't really his idea, right? This is something David wanted him to do, and he said, "No, you're not going to do it. Your son will do it." So I don't know. It's just interesting the idea of God having a home in the temple. Like he resides here. I just always wish, like, I hope that the people of Israel didn't think that God was actually there, right? And if they walked 50 miles somewhere else, that God isn't there because God is still in Jerusalem. No, God is everywhere. I mean, I'm sure they knew that. They prayed to God everywhere. All right, this is it. This is it for today. Another one of David. And that could be talking about, well, I mean, we'll find out when you continue reading, but that could be talking about everybody coming to Jerusalem, right? So all of us, we're not segregated according to tribes anymore. It's just all of us, the children of Israel, coming together in Jerusalem. Let me look that up. Hermon's a mountain, but for there the Lord commanded the blessing, life forevermore. 133. So it is like the dew of Hermon. King David used a second word picture to show how wonderful unity is among the people of God. It is also like rich dew that covers Mount Hermon, making it green and moist. It is distinct. It is a distinct contrast to the dry wilderness found in the other parts of Israel. Unity among God's people makes life thriving and healthy. And descending upon the mountains of Zion, this blessing comes upon Jerusalem which David established at the center for Israel's worship. In Jerusalem, their unity would be displayed and enjoyed. The Lord commanded the blessing, life forevermore. The blessing of unity is something God commands, something the previously cited New Testament passages teach. Let's read one of them. I do not pray for these alone. This is John 17, verse 20 to 23. I do not pray for these alone, also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they all may be one as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that you sent me. Again, so we have that importance of unity there. Since we will have life forevermore with the people of God, we should work hard to enjoy unity with them now. Oh, for more of this rare virtue, not the love which comes and goes, but that which dwells. Not that spirit which separates and secludes, but that which dwells together. Not that mind which is all for debate and difference, but that dwells together in unity. O come the day when division shall cease and enmity be done away, when the tribes of the spiritual Israel shall be united in a bond of eternal charity under the true David in the Jerusalem which is above, and saints and angels shall sing this lovely psalm together. I'm assuming they're talking about Jesus here. But that's it. That's going to be it for today. Tomorrow we'll jump into not tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna take tomorrow off. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day, so we're gonna take tomorrow off and we'll jump into. I'm thinking we'll just take tomorrow off and maybe jump back in on Friday. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know in the community posts. But yeah, for sure tomorrow we're not gonna have a stream. But when we come back, we'll jump into Psalms chapter 134. I feel like this was a really cool way of leaving off for Thanksgiving, right? Leading up to Thanksgiving, we had a lot of Psalms talking about Thanksgiving. And then now as we make our way to Thanksgiving Day, we're hearing the songs of Ascent, walking up, making our way to Jerusalem. Songs that the pilgrims heading over to Jerusalem would have sung. So that's cool. Like these past few readings have been perfect for Thanksgiving. So the way that lined up was awesome. But anyways, that'll be it for today. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you guys. Not tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know. All right. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.